What's the deal, Viral Gang? Back at y'all with another one, man. Shout out all the supporters. Shout out the whole Viral Gang. If you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. Share, like, subscribe to the channel. Leave them comments, run them likes up. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. Hey, but I got a real question for all the fans out here, right? And this might offend a lot of fans, but we're going to get into it anyway. Is King Von the worst thing that happened to Lil Durk? I'm going to ask this one more time. Is King Von the worst thing that happened to Lil Durk? And the reason I ask this because it seems like ever since Durk reached out, pulled Von out the trenches, signed him, put him on, brought him into the industry, Durk's career has went downhill significantly. Ultimately leading up to, it looks like, him about to lose his life to the prison system. So before he got with Von, Durk started at the bottom. He was in the trenches. He got a buzz. He started to rise. Ultimately, he reached superstar status, right? One of the biggest rappers from Chicago. Ultimately, the biggest drill rapper ever in history. So prior to him pulling Von in, Durk looks like the sky's the limit, right? Like he done broke through the surface. He gonna get as big as he want to get. Boom. He goes and gets Von. All of a sudden, things start to change. We never really heard about Durk having serious legal troubles previously to getting with Von. Then they catch that case in Atlanta, that shooting case, right? Then you start to see Durk around more members. A lot of members who the people in Chicago say he was never really around growing up. You know, he brought Von around, and that's when he started to surround himself with certain people, certain blocks. A lot of blocks that they saying he never was on. Now, this is me speculating from the outside looking in, watching the Chicago bloggers who live out there and know these people firsthand. They're putting this info out, right? So this is the only way we know because they get on the internet and they tell the world. If they didn't do that, we wouldn't know. So besides that, it's like, it seemed like Durk was trying to prove himself a little bit. Because prior to that, I never even really looked at Durk like a tough nigga or nothing like that. He was just making hit records. I'm like, okay, he a cool Chicago nigga making hit records. I was aware of the beef with Lil JoJo and them, and they were saying they chased him out of Adriana's and, you know, all type of shit. I was aware of all of that already going on. And a lot of people saying, you know, Durk was around. He's not a goofy, but he not really like that. Like, he's not a hitter. He's not a grave digger. He might, you know, get out there, catch a fade or whatever. He might know the hitters, but him himself ain't a hitter. So I think being from Chicago, being from the rack, being labeled the king of the drill, you're the biggest drill artist, I think he wanted that grave digger rep. So that's why he brought Von around. And it seemed like as long as he was with Von, like he had Von in arm's distance reach, he sort of had control over Von, right? It's whenever Von and him kind of separated, the crashing out started to happen. Like, even if we go look at his interview on the Breakfast Club when he brought Von up there, and Von was finna say too much for the TV, too much for the cameras, and you seen Durk just like kind of cough, basically telling Von like, hey, chill out, don't say that shit up here, you feel me? So he kind of was schooling Von to the game. But ever since that Atlanta case and they got separated, shit just went bad. It was looking ugly for Durk. And I just get back to thinking like, this whole situation that he's in now is ultimately behind Von, because Von got into it with Quando and Young Boy and them. And all of this stemmed over a female. I believe all of this was over Asian Doll, right? Because him and Quando was cool. He even had Quando dissing the 63rd niggas and all that. All of a sudden, they both fucking with the same female. They get into it. Bam. Von see him at the club. Ultimately, the crash out happens. Von get the swinging on him, whooping his ass. Boom, Lil Tim get out the car. Boom, unalive Von. Now, Durk is here like, damn, I got to slide for Von. I got to avenge Von. He made it his life mission, allegedly, from what all the evidence is saying, to slide for Von. And the feds got a shitload of evidence. All this is public. This ain't even speculation no more. They done went and pulled up his iCloud records from his text messages. They got him on wiretaps. His boy that he was always shouting out in the songs, OTF jam, got him in the jam. He was actually a federal informant. So all of this is public record. Nothing that I'm saying is not public record. You can go look all this up for yourself. But ultimately, Durk crashed out over avenging Von, who crashed out over a female. So if he never goes and pulls Von out the trenches, the Von crash out never happens. He doesn't never have to avenge Von. He's still at the top of the rap game. Mind you, Durk got a girl. He got one of the baddest in the game. He done had Days Loaf. You know, Durk done had his picks. He's as successful as an artist as it damn near can get. He's selling out stadiums. He's doing all type of shit. Winning awards. He's up here with Kanye. Like, he getting the keys to the city. But by him being attached to Von, everything that came with Von leaked out onto him. And he started to reap the repercussions of just associating with Von. Because that's how shit happened in the hood. You might be elevating, but you want to keep it real. You want to stay grounded. You don't want to turn your back on your people. So now you still in contact with them. I'm bringing them on tour. I'm bringing them around. But everything that they doing is fucking you up. Mind you, Durk is the bag. He's the money. So everything Von doing, it's going to fall on Durk anyway. Like if you watch Von previous interviews, he used to say, shit, I wasn't even thinking about rapping. I just was trying to get around Durk because Durk be around all these superstars with money. I'm trying to get in the studio and rob these niggas. So right then and there, Von got the crash out mentality of, well, shit, I'm trying to rob the niggas Durk is working with. Ultimately, that's going to fall on Durk. If I invite a rapper to the studio and my homies is in here and they rob the nigga, who you think that's going to fall on? The homies? They don't know them niggas. They know me. Durk, oh yeah, Durk invited me to the studio. Viral invited me to the studio. His homies robbed us. So that's still going to fall on me, even though it wasn't my actions and that wasn't my intention. I wasn't on no backdoor shit or nothing. So just shit like that let you know that Von had that crash out mentality to where he didn't think about the long game. Because everybody already said, you know, Von, he already accepted his fate with the jail and all that, whatever come with it, he accepted that. But he wasn't elevated mentally like Durk was. Even if Durk did have that mentality at once, the success ultimately changed his mentality from what it looked like before the crash out happened. So if he never associates with Von, if Von is still in the trenches doing Von, Durk's not in this situation right now. And he got to be in a cell like, fuck. I did all this over Von, who did all that over a female, and we didn't even hit the person we was looking for. Because they was trying to hit Quando, which I don't know why. Quando got his excuse me. Quando got his ass beat. Lil Tim the one that pulled the trigger. So this ain't like a normal situation in the hood where something happened, we get into it with another hood, and we don't know exactly who did it. We just know they was from that hood. So fuck it, we just gonna go get anybody because anybody that we get could possibly potentially be that person or related to that person, whatever the case. But once you know who the person is, that changes things. It should change. It should change things. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want, you should be trying to get your man. Not just know any random, because what is that gonna do? Your man is still out here. The man who knocked your mans off, he's still out here. So no matter how much of his homies you knock off, dude is still alive. So ultimately right now, Durk is sitting in a cell, getting ratted on by the niggas he took care of over a female that's not even his. Think about that. The nigga I put on crashed out over a female. And that's another subject we got to get on. How hood niggas be crashing out over these bitches. How a lot of these hood niggas be simps on the low. Because if you from the streets, you know a lot of these big gang wars, if you go back to the root cause of it, was a female involved and a nigga ego. That's all this was. It was a female involved. It was Von's ego. He didn't think before he acted. He acted on impulse, got himself, took out this shit. And behind that, he just got like five, well shit. Whoever got slid on from Quando's side, he got them took out the shit. And Durk and everybody who was in this indictment, he got them took out the shit. The female's still out here. The female is still out here. Possibly can go back and fuck with Quando or Young Boy or whoever she was fucking with that caused him to get into it. So ultimately, Von and Durk loses behind a female that's still free. And the people who chipped Von is still out. The person who chipped Von, excuse me, is still out here. Because they put the hit on Quando Rondo's head, but Lil Tim pulled the trigger. It's on video. Y'all know who did it. So to me, if that's what I'm on, shit, I'm going to get Tim. Quando just stepped out the truck and got his ass beat. We can get to him later, but right now, we need to be getting Tim. From a street ad, that's how I would be thinking. Now, y'all just whacked his cousin, who was nobody, it had nothing to do with nothing, and that's a victory? His cousin is just a pawn on the chessboard. The king is still out here. They took one of your kings out. They took Von out. That's a major piece. Like, the game was over. It's supposed to be king for a king. I'm not taking out a pawn for a king. You gotta, man, that's not an even trade. So even that didn't make sense. So if you was gonna crash out to the highest degree like they just did, you should have at least got your man. So when you sitting in that cell, it's gonna hurt, but it ain't gonna hurt as much because you're gonna be like, man, at least my mission got accomplished. As fucked up as that sounds, I'm just saying, at least I got my man, my intended target. So I can live with that. What I can't live with is we missed, hit a random that probably wasn't even there that night, ain't have shit to do with nothing, and we gone forever? Nah, I can't live with that. I can't stomach that. Can't stomach that. And the female is still out here. So, like, that all goes back to the root cause of it is the female is still out here. So everybody loses over nothing because that's how it always go. You get life or you get took out this shit. The female is always still out here and she gonna go back to doing what? Living her life. She might mourn for a little bit, but nigga, she's on to the next, nigga. You gonna be long gone and forgotten. So you just did all that shit for nothing. This is why we really gotta have a serious conversation about hood niggas being unintelligent emotionally unintelligent. Niggas don't be having no control over their emotions in the hood. We gotta just keep it a buck. How many niggas done crashed out behind a female? But then niggas be quick to say bitches ain't shit. I don't care about these bitches. But niggas get to chipping their own homies behind females. Their own cousins, own brothers behind females. That's everywhere. The bitch gonna choose up. It's not on you to be mad at the next man, especially if he don't owe you no loyalty. What loyalty does Quando Rondo have or Young Boy have to these niggas? To Von or Durk? Nigga, we just rappers collabing. Yeah, we might be cool, but we ain't grow up together. So these bitches is for everybody, nigga. If she choose up, she chose up, nigga. I don't owe you that loyalty. It'd be cool if I did. It'll probably, make us even more solid. But at the end of the day, I'm still a man. I don't owe you that. She chose up. So at that point, nigga, you should, all right, cool, on to the next. Nigga, I'm rich and famous anyway. I got my picks at anybody. That shit be ego. Like, how dare this nigga? Instead of how dare the bitch? Because she the one that betrayed you. She owed you the loyalty, not him. So why you crashing out on him? Nigga should have said, fuck the bitch and when they got a badder bitch. We out here getting millions, nigga. We on the up and up, nigga. We do everything that them niggas just crashed out and did, they already did in the hood. And made it out without getting caught. So it's like, damn, we really beat those odds, which is damn near impossible to beat. Then we got rich and famous? Nigga, we hit the lotto twice. We hit the lotto twice. We done things in the hood that most niggas never get away with. And we did it a lot, multiple times. And beat that shit. Not only did we do that, we got on in the rap game. Not only did we get on in the rap game, we got rich. Not only did we get rich, nigga, we some of the biggest rappers in the game. We done hit the lotto 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Why still gamble with your life? Behind a female? Behind some pussy? Come on, man. Niggas want to talk all this tough bravado shit, but niggas really be simps out here. Niggas really be loving these hoes that they say they don't behind closed doors. Instead of keeping it player and just moving on. Nigga, I got access to any bitch out here, nigga. What the fuck I look like crashing out over her? The fuck? Threw all this away over her. Nigga, you got kids at home. How you gonna explain that to your kids from the federal penitentiary? Daddy ain't coming home ever again. The lifestyle you was living, that's about to change. Your whole life is finna change over a female that daddy wasn't even involved with. The homie was. Didn't they say he didn't even really grow up with Von? They met later on in life. Around the time he got to signing the nigga. They just know mutual people. So not only did you crash out over a female, you crashed out over a female of a nigga you didn't even grow up with. Y'all was just associates. But see, he brought Von in for that image because Von had that rep. Von was like that. It's verified and certified. Von is like that. So in my mind, I think Durk wanted that rep. The fame and all that shit was cool, but he's still attached to the hood. He's still attached to the killers. He still want that respect. That type of respect can't be bought. Yeah, I could drop bags on niggas and all that, but nigga, killers respect killers, nigga. Bottom line, steppers respect steppers. Yeah, it's cool you dropped the bag, but you ain't a stepper though. So I think in Durk's mind, he want to prove that. That's why they got that case in Atlanta. What the fuck is you doing on camera, doing what you doing, and you rich and famous? That's like, oh, Von here, I know Von with the shit. Let me show Von I'm with the shit so I can get this validation and I could be known as the stepper and the hitter. Nigga, you made it out already. What the fuck? What's wrong with these niggas? You already made it out. You ain't got to do that. You could drop bags now, but it's a way to do that if that's what you're going to be on. You think, nigga, the head of the fucking mafia, the mob, is texting niggas from his iPhone, using his personal credit card to book flights for the hitters and rent cars in his name to send them on hits? No, I'm going to tell my lieutenant, he going to go tell somebody, and he going to go tell whoever in charge of the hitters, and then he going to send the order. He going to drop the bag. You got to go through 3-4 channels before you ever found out it came from me. And it's not even going to verbally come from me. It's so many ways to communicate non-verbally where you can't get caught on the wire. Like, come on, cuz. Even if you is going to verbalize it, it's ways to verbalize it. Go watch State Property when they got to talking about surprise parties and all that. Talking in codes and shit. Niggas ain't even doing that. iPhone, nigga. You sending messages on nigga, this is the most police phone there is. An iPhone. Everybody know that. Whatever go in that cloud is there forever. You think because you deleted that shit gone, niggas, you crazy? You know how many times, nigga, this shit glitched and all the photos in your gallery that you thought you deleted came back, all the videos came back, and you like, man, what the fuck? Nigga, they got that shit forever, nigga. What's wrong with you niggas? Then not only that, the nigga booked a flight and came to Cali with the hitters. Nigga, when you drop a bag, you're supposed to be on somewhere on the other side of the world. On the island with your feet kicked up, waiting to get the call, waiting to get the message, waiting for the birdie to drop, the news. This nigga came out here. Allegedly was on a flight with one of the niggas who was involved in the shit. So they say. They do the shit, then they all leave. Like, as much as I like bro music, bro gotta be one of the dumbest. And I'm not kicking him while he down. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Bro gotta be one of the dumbest. A lot of fans are gonna be mad at me saying this, but nigga, as a stand-up man, a stand-up person, you gotta call a spade, whether this your favorites or not. You gotta call it straight down the line. You could love his music, you could love his personality, whatever. You could be a fan, fanatic, whatever, but you still gotta call a spade. What he did was fucking dumb. You beat the odds so many fucking times. Your career's on the up and up. And this what you do? The sloppiest shit ever? Oh, yeah, book the flights with the card, but don't put it in my... Nigga, why are you booking it with the card anyway? That's in your name. Niggas in the hood know if you're going to get a rental, go get a smoker, nigga. Put it in their name or something. Like, come on, cuz. These niggas rented a luxury vehicle to go do a hit in Beverly Hills and thought they was finna get away with that shit. That's why we keep telling you niggas, California is different, nigga. This ain't Chicago. We all know The politics behind Chicago, they let y'all niggas do what y'all doing, nigga. They know what's going on. This is why every time one of these niggas from the the drill movement get took out the shit, all of a sudden the police got all these videos. All these dash cam videos, all these reports. Oh, yeah, we had him for this murder. We had him for this murder. He was a suspect. Nigga, y'all knew what the fuck he was doing because y'all got the same type of cameras we got out here, nigga. Y'all got all this shit on camera. All of a sudden, all these deaths from 10, 15 years ago, Lil JoJo on the bike, footage coming out, T-Roy in the store, footage coming out. They got all kind of footage. They got 051 Melly getting arrested coming out. These niggas got everything. They know what's going on. They watching these same Chicago 88 documentaries. They watching these Trap Lord Ross documentaries. They watching all this shit. It's like a game to them too. The same way the fans is intrigued. The same way them police is intrigued. And it's a win-win. When y'all take each other out this shit, y'all doing their job for them. No paperwork. We just gotta come clean the body up. And when y'all do slip up and get caught, cool. Y'all did our job for us. So don't think like y'all just slicker than a can of oil on Alaskan ice. Nigga, they know what's going on. It's just in California, the politics is different. That's the difference. The politics. It's superstars out here. It's Hollywood out here. It's a lot of tourists from around the world coming out here. They got a reputation to uphold to make it safe out here, which is why they went so hard on the gang banging and hit us with all these gang injunctions and made sure niggas can't hang out on their block more than 3, 4, 5 deep, or the Johnny's gang unit coming through and breaking that shit up and taking niggas to jail. Oh, you on probation parole? You can't hang around your homies. It's a crime for you to hang around your own gang, even though that's your family. This really your brother, your cousin, but y'all from the same gang? Oh, yeah, it's a crime for y'all to be together. Shit like that. They try to deter what's going on in Chicago because what's going on in Chicago was already going on out here in the 80s and the 90s. The politics slowed that shit down and made niggas adapt. Ain't no more, oh, yeah, you catch a body and you go do juvenile life and get out. No, nigga, you getting charged as an adult now. You gonna do life. You get caught with a burner, ain't no more just get in and out probation. Niggas going to the pen on their first rodeo. Ain't no more county lids and DA rejects. Niggas is getting stretched for petty shit. So niggas got to thinking smarter out here. Now Chicago is starting to get hit with that wave that Cali Ben got hit with. All them injunctions and RICOs and all that. Nigga, Cali Ben got hit with that. 3, 4 times. Several. Every hood. They starting to get hit with it now. All the shit that they thought they was getting away with, the feds are starting to come back and bring all that shit up. Feds are starting to pick up every case now. So now they gonna see, they gonna have to change it up too eventually because the politics are starting to catch up now. But yeah, man, me just analyzing this shit, it looked like Durk associated with Von ultimately ruined his career and ultimately ruined his life because no matter how musically talented Von was, he still had the mind of a crash out, which led to the actions of a crash out, which crashed out. And that's the danger with a crash out, because a crash out will crash not only himself, but everybody that's in the car with him. That's the difference between being with the shit and being a good leader. You could be with the bullshit and all that, but still have a brain to think that I'm not gonna crash the team, nigga. Everybody depending on me. And then you got to make another choice, nigga. Who you love more, the streets or your family? That's why when I got on academics and Flacco asked that question, well, which side you most loyal to? Nigga, fuck the streets, nigga. Streets ain't loyal to you. They love you till they don't, nigga. When you stop doing bullshit and you try to get your life together, guess what? Streets don't love you no more. Nah, we need you out here doing bullshit. Fuck the streets, nigga. They ain't gonna be there for you. They're not visiting you. They ain't putting bread on your books. Streets gonna try to fuck your bitch the second you go to jail. Streets gonna try to, man, I ain't even gonna go down that road. But yeah, nigga, stay loyal to what's loyal to you, your family, your kids, your wife, your girl. Stay loyal to what's loyal to you and what really matter out here. All that shit is a facade. I ain't gonna say the streets are myth because the streets exist, but it's a facade. The loyalty you think these niggas got, they don't, nigga. It's rare. We think snitching is rare. They lied to us all this time. It's the opposite. The loyalty is rare. Most niggas is gonna tell when they in that jam. Because niggas is all about self-preservation first. It's very, very rare a nigga's gonna be a stand-up man in a situation when y'all get jammed up, especially the feds when you know you're not beating it because they're not even coming until it's closed case. Like, it ain't no way for you to get out. They already looked at every loophole and cemented that up and make sure you can't wiggle out of this 99.999% conviction rate for a reason. So when the feds come, you're got, bro. It's over with. This ain't power, nigga. You ain't getting up out of this. So most niggas know that, and they can't stomach being in there for life. They can't stomach being in there for a decade. All that shit sound cool. Oh, yeah, man, ride or die. Yeah, nigga, until the people put that pressure on there in that interrogation room, shit change up real fast. You go from a homie to an op real fast. So watch who you associate yourself with, man. They say you the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. So if you hanging around 5 crash outs, eventually you're going to crash and burn. What Nip said, everybody can't go. That just is what it is, man. The viral way.